All right, you glorious disasters, welcome back to Road to a Million Club, the podcast where I, your host George, drag you kicking and screaming toward financial freedom, or at least away from blowing up your trading account like a crypto bro at a Bitcoin conference. Today's episode is for all you newbie and intermediate traders out there who think you're one candlestick pattern away from buying a yacht, but secretly cry into your ramen when your trades tank harder than a blockbuster sequel nobody asked for. We're diving headfirst into the swamp of anxiety and depression in trading because, let's be real, this game will chew you up, spit you out, and leave you arguing with a raccoon in your backyard about stop losses. So buckle up, grab a coffee or something stronger, and let's get into why your brain is your worst enemy and how to stop it from sabotaging your portfolio. Spoiler alert. It's not about manifesting wealth with crystals or chanting HODL like a cult member. Let's roll. Look, I get it. You watched a YouTube guru with a rented Lambo tell you trading is your ticket to sipping mojitos on a private island. You downloaded MetaTrader, threw $500 into a brokerage account, and now you're staring at charts like you're deciphering the Matrix. Newsflash, trading isn't a superhero flick where you dodge bullets and save the day. It's more like Groundhog Day. You're going to screw up repeatedly and wake up to the same chart screaming, "Why do I suck at this?" Anxiety kicks in because you think you're supposed to be a genius by week 2. Depression follows when your account balance looks like it got mugged in a dark alley. Here's the brutal truth. You're not special. Neither am I. I once thought I could outsmart the market because I read half of Trading for Dummies and watched Wolf of Wall Street twice. Spoiler. The market doesn't care about your vibes or your unique strategy that's just a moving average crossover with extra steps. The sooner you accept you're a glorified gambler with a laptop, the better. My advice? Embrace being a nobody. Write this down. I am not smarter than the market. Tattoo it on your forehead if you have to. Humility is your first line of defense against the emotional roller coaster. Start with a demo account. Yes, fake money, you overconfident dingus, and practice for at least 3 months. Track every trade in a journal, not a mental note, not a post-it, a real journal. Write why you entered, why you exited, and how it felt when you lost. Spoiler, it'll feel like getting dumped via text. This forces you to see patterns in your idiocy, which is step 1 to not being an idiot. Now, let's talk about your squishy little brain. It's a soap opera diva throwing tantrums every time a trade goes south. You see a red candlestick, and suddenly you're spiraling, convinced you'll be living in a van down by the river. Anxiety in trading comes from your brain treating every loss like you just bet your grandma's house on Dogecoin. Depression creeps in when you start believing you're doomed to fail because you lost 3 trades in a row. Newsflash, losses are part of the game. Even the pros lose 40 to 50% of their trades. The difference? They don't write a 500-word Reddit post about how the market is rigged. Picture this. You're at a casino, and the slot machine eats your quarters. Do you scream, "The slots are conspiring against me"? No, you either keep playing or walk away. Trading's the same, except the slot machine is a chart, and the quarters are your hopes and dreams. Your brain loves to catastrophize. Every loss feels like the end of the world. Meanwhile, the market's just doing its thing, like a bored DMV employee who doesn't care about your sob story. My advice is that create a pre-trade checklist. I'm serious. Write it down like you're prepping for a moon landing. Mine looks like this. Is the trend clear? Is my risk under 1% of my account? Am I sober? Don't laugh, I've made that mistake. If you can't check every box, don't trade. This forces your drama queen brain to slow down and think, not just panic click buy because you feel it's going up. Also, set a daily loss limit, say 2% of your account, and stick to it. If you hit it, shut off your computer and go yell at that raccoon in your backyard. It's cheaper than therapy. Every newbie trader thinks there's a magical strategy out there that'll turn them into Gordon Gekko overnight. You spend hours on TradingView mixing indicators like a mad scientist, thinking your Frankenstein's monster of a strategy will print money. Spoiler, it won't. I once spent a month tweaking a strategy with Bollinger Bands, RSI, and a Fibonacci retracement so convoluted it looked like a conspiracy theorist's corkboard. Result? I lost $200 and my dignity. Here's the kicker. Complex strategies don't make you smarter, they make you anxious. You're so busy watching 17 indicators that you miss the obvious, like the market telling you to get out. Depression sets in when your perfect system fails and you start thinking you're too dumb to trade. You're not dumb, you're just overcomplicating it. The market doesn't reward intellectual flexing. It rewards discipline and simplicity. I say that pick one simple strategy and stick to it for 6 months. Try something basic like trading pullbacks in a trending market with a 20-period moving average. No, it's not sexy, and no, it won't make you a TikTok trading star, but it works if you follow it. Test it on a demo account first and only trade when the setup is crystal clear. If you're squinting at the chart like it's a Where's Waldo book, you're doing it wrong. Keep a trading journal? Yes, again, and review it weekly to see if your strategy holds up or if you're just deluded. Simplicity kills anxiety because you're not second-guessing every candlestick like it's a plot twist in a Shyamalan movie. Let's talk about FOMO, the trader's equivalent of chasing a shiny Pokemon card. You see a stock or crypto mooning on Twitter, and suddenly you're YOLOing your rent money because this is the one. 2 hours later, you're down 30%, crying into your keyboard and Googling how to file for bankruptcy. FOMO is anxiety's best friend. It makes you impulsive, reckless, and dumber than a bag of hammers. I once chased a penny stock because some dude on X swore it was going to 100x. Spoiler, it didn't. It crashed harder than my self-esteem at a high school reunion. FOMO comes from thinking you're missing out on easy money. Depression follows when you realize the only thing you're missing is your savings. The market doesn't care about your need to get in on the action. It's not a Black Friday sale, it's a marathon where the over-eager sprinters puke and collapse by mile 3. I recommend that build a watch list of 5, 10 assets and only trade those. Ignore the hot tips from your cousin or that ex-influencer with a bio that says not financial advice. If it's not on your watch list, it doesn't exist. Also, set specific trading hours, say 9 a.m. to 12 p.m, and stick to them. This cuts down on impulsive trades when you're scrolling X at 2 a.m, hyped up on Red Bull and dreams of Lambos. If you feel FOMO creeping in, take a deep breath and ask, would I bet my dog's life on this trade? If the answer's no, walk away. Your dog deserves better. Here's a scenario. You place a trade, it goes south, and suddenly you're questioning your entire existence. Am I even cut out for this? Why am I such a loser? Congrats! You've just turned a $50 loss into an existential crisis. Trading losses aren't a referendum on your worth as a human. They're just numbers on a screen. But your brain loves to make it personal, like the market's out to get you specifically. Spoiler! The market doesn't know you exist. It's not plotting against you like a Bond villain. I once lost 5 trades in a row and was convinced I was cursed. I checked my horoscope, burned sage, and considered sacrificing a chicken. Kidding about that last one, mostly. Turns out I was just overtrading and ignoring my own rules. Depression in trading comes from tying your self-worth to your P&L. Anxiety comes from thinking every loss means you're one step away from selling your kidney to cover margin calls. Take my advice. Detach your ego from your trades. After every trading session, write down one thing you did well, even if it's just I didn't blow up my account today. Celebrate small wins to keep your morale from tanking. Also, take breaks. If you're on a losing streak, step away for a day or two, go touch grass, pet a dog, or argue with that raccoon again. Perspective helps. Finally, talk to other traders, not to brag or cry, but to realize everyone's getting kicked in the teeth by the market. Join a trading community Discord, link is in the bio, but avoid the ones full of crypto bros yelling to the moon. Find the humble ones who admit they've lost before. Misery loves company, but it also loves solutions. All right, you magnificent messes, let's wrap this up. Trading is a brutal game that'll make you feel like you're wrestling an alligator while blindfolded. Anxiety and depression are part of the package, but they don't have to win. Embrace your inner nobody. Tame your drama queen brain, stick to a stupidly simple strategy, ignore the FOMO sirens, and stop tying your worth to your account balance. You're not going to be a millionaire by next Tuesday, but you might, just might, avoid eating cat food in retirement if you keep at it with discipline and a shred of humility. Here's your homework. Open a demo account, pick one simple strategy, and trade it for a month without deviating. Journal every trade and don't you dare skip it. Then hop on Discord and find the Road to a Million Club community. Share your progress, your screw-ups, or your raccoon arguments. We're all in this dumpster fire together. And if you're still feeling like a failure, remember, even I, George, your fearless host, once lost $1,000 on a trade because I misread a chart and thought I was a genius. Spoiler, I wasn't. That's it for today's episode of Road to a Million Club. Keep your head up, your ego down, and your trade small. Until next time, don't be a dumbass. Peace out.